Do a thing on Travis again. If you watch him on YouTube on his last record, he's got like a 20-minute video. It's really cool to watch.
He drives a Subaru WRX. And he's got the fastest up the mountain. And he broke it, what?
He broke it this morning, like 22 seconds, his last record.
Wow.
They're going up the mountain.
He's already broke it like 4 times.
It took me about 3 hours.
This is the bunkhouse at Libby House, B&B, and the barn. There's my bed. This room will sleep a bunch. There's your loaner clothes, should you need any. And while you're doing your laundry, which is right there. $2 to wash, $2 to dry, detergents included. There's your kitchen. Community room. Been watching The Sandlot, my favorite movie. And first ping pong table and more beds. You see a lot of this. Everybody with their battery packs recharging their phones and their battery packs. My battery pack's in there too. It was $25 for the bed that included the shower, and $4 for the laundry, and shuttle was included, so they picked us up at the trailhead and brought us back. And we'll make one run to Walmart about 5:30 today. Tomorrow I'll pick up at the post office and then get back on the trail. Just weighed my pack before entering the Wildcats. About 31 pounds. And that's with 1.7 liters of water and about 4 to 4.5 days worth of food. Plenty enough to get me to Bethel. Where are you from? This is where I stayed here in Gorham, the Libby House, B&B, and barn. Beautiful place. Been here. It's one of the oldest hostels on the AT. I've been a hostel for 40 years, I believe it was. This is the barn that is now the hostel. That's the B&B. So there are two different things. If you tent in the backyard down here. So there are places to tent, and it's I think only $15 to tent here, and you get pretty much all the same amenities that getting a bunk gets. I paid $25 for the bunk, and the bunk room looks to me like a I don't know, Civil War hospital, but it was really quite comfortable, and so far one of the nicest hostels I've been to. So I highly recommend this place, the Libby House, B&B, and barn. Okay, I'm leaving Pinkham Notch right now. Spent the night in Gorham at the Libby House, B&B, and hostel, and a barn, they call it. This morning I'm officially out of the whites and out of the presidentials, which was a big monkey off my back because I was terrified of how difficult it was going to be, and it lived up to its reputation, and I loved every second of it. This morning I'm going into the Wildcats, and it's a pretty steep uphill right off the bat. So I just left the Notch. I'll be spending probably the next 7 hours going about 6 miles. I hope to reach a hut about 6 miles from here and then find a stealth site to tent at for the night. It's kind of a late start. It's 10 o'clock because I had to wait for the post office to open this morning to pick up my new pair of wind pants. They did arrive. The elusive box that has spent time in Pauling, New York, North Conway, New Hampshire, and now Gorham, New Hampshire, is now in my possession. So, feeling much better about that. I just came up from down there which has so far been a pretty arduous climb. This is if I were to aim the camera straight ahead, but this is what I've got to go up. And they weren't kidding when they said wildcats are a whole different kind of climb. This is going to take some Spider-Man work here. Let's hope my true Peter Parker doesn't show up. I'm just about finished wildcat number 1, and I'm coming out of the woods and I see this and I'm thinking, what a great way to get up here. The Wildcat Express. This is evidently a ski mountain. I didn't even know. How cool is that? I could take that gondola down and go have lunch and maybe come back. It's 6 a.m. Yesterday I finished the Wildcats. Today I'm in the Carters. The Wildcats were awesome, as you can tell by my hair. I never used my trekking poles throughout the entire Wildcats. I think I started about the first quarter mile, and then I had to put them in my pack to do a hand-over fist climb routine. I never pulled them back out. I spent the rest of the day climbing up mountains with my hands, and it was actually very satisfying. So this morning I'm doing the same thing. I'm not using my trekking poles. I'm going up a steep incline in the Carters. I know I've always used my trekking poles and only had to put them away a couple of times, but I'm feeling very confident about it right now. I don't know. I'm thinking New Hampshire is retraining me. I'm at the summit of Mount Height. It's not that tall of a mountain, but wow, what a view. 360 degrees here. It's absolutely gorgeous and a beautiful day. I hope it stays that way. I think they predicted rain a little bit later this afternoon, but with any luck, it'll miss me. This is what I sound like a good bit of the day in New Hampshire. It's one of the last mountains to climb. I don't even know the name of it. I'm not even sure it has a name. But this breathing pattern syncs with my feet to a point I don't really get tired. I just keep moving. I won't take a break till I get to the top. The rock scrambles, broken up slightly by a few horizontal or light inclines, paths. It's nice when they lay these out to be steps, particularly if you're going downhill, because when they don't, you're using your hands and your feet to climb over boulders that are just in a jumbled pattern. But that's what makes the Appalachian Trail the Appalachian Trail. If it was easy, everybody would do it. That's what I keep hearing all day long. see these once in a while. Survey markers. They're not always on the summit of a mountain, but usually are, which means I may have reached the top of this one, which is only about a 15 or 1800 foot climb this morning. I left camp at 7:30, found a hostel on the trail that I stopped at Route 2 for about 20 minutes while a rainstorm passed. Weather is horribly muggy. Temps are probably in the 70s, but they feel like the 90s. I'm sweating like a sprinkler. And we're expecting more rain today. Apparently this is the remnants of Fred. We had Elsa, but it rained last night, and it's rained this morning, and it's expected to rain all afternoon. Regardless, moving the ball forward. $19. Don't tell this little tree it needs dirt to grow in. Look at that. Right out of a rock.
Like it. Let's see. Nah, never mind. My watch has a compass on it, but annoying watch. It put it in hiking mode.
The descent on the north side of Mount Success is what I would call a huge success. You can get down this thing without killing yourself. It took me about 20 minutes to come down. And now I got to go back up again. 13 stays down, 1 to go. Hello, Maine. Reckless is in the house. Good work.
Still not out of the woods yet. Sure this isn't the lemon squeezer?
I just climbed up from there, and I gotta go up here somewhere. Maine, you're not gonna disappoint me, are you? Got it.
What happened?
I don't know, I just walked into the mud, and it took me for a ride. I can't get my leg out. Got it.
Good.
Yeah. I love you, Maine.